What is the purpose of a deposit of rent? Deposit, rent deposit, is as it is a deposit. It is not supposed to be used for you to occupy that premise. When you give notice to leave, are you supposed to be refunded your deposit? Yes, that's my money. That is my money. I have not lived using my money. Many Kenyans will say, you give a notice of termination of the lease, of the tenancy, 30 days, and you give the landlord a notice that I will be leaving after 30 days, but I will not pay rent this time. Utilize my deposit. The landlord comes and removes the door, throws you out, and tells you you must pay. Welcome to the Weekend Explainer. This is a very, very serious issue. This one, we need an extinguisher. The question about deposit for rent. Everybody, 90% of us stay in rented houses. 90% of us don't own houses. Those ones who are dreaming to get a house they call theirs, they are eyeing the affordable housing. The majority of Kenyans are tenants. And the tenants, every time the landlord or the landlady takes you, he gives you or she gives you conditions. You must pay rent for the month you are entering. Some tenants demand 1 month deposit. You must deposit 1 month deposit. Some tenants demand 2 months. Some tenants demand 3 months. Some commercial properties, they demand 6 months or 1 year deposit. When you give notice to leave, are you supposed to be refunded your deposit? Yes, that's my money. That is my money. I have not lived using my money. Many Kenyans will say, you give a notice of termination of the lease, of the tenancy, 30 days, and you give the landlord a notice that I will be leaving after 30 days, but I will not pay rent this time. Utilize my deposit. The landlord comes and removes the door, throws you out, and tells you you must pay. So the question is, Bramwell had to do research. What is the law? A shocker of all times. Deposit, rent deposit, is as it is a deposit. It is not supposed to be used for you to occupy that premise. What is the purpose of a deposit of rent? 1, after you have left, you got into the building was painted very well, there was no breakages, an inventory was done when you are entering, checking the house. The day you leave, you must call the landlord to come an inventory to be taken. If you broke a bulb, that deposit will be deducted to repair that bulb. If you broke a toilet system, that will be used to repair that. If you broke any water tap, that rent will be, the deposit will be done. It is law that every every time a tenant enters a house, a building, that house must be painted afresh. And the law is, anytime you move out, you must repaint that building, that commercial building, that residential building afresh. Some tenants will tell you, you put four whatever they call layers of paint, or 3 layers of paint, or 2 layers of paint. After all these things have been done, the net is what now remains to be given to you as a tenant. So if the damages are worth 6,000 shillings and the repairs included of paint and your deposit was 10,000, you will now be refunded 4,000 shillings. So today, you know, don't go making noise that I need my deposit, or I will utilize my deposit to stay in a building. The law does not allow that. Then the question is, some landlords don't get to refund the deposit even after you have repaired the house. Where do you go? The court that you go to is called the Small Claims Court. It is not the rent tribunal. It is not the business tribunal. If your rent deposit is below 1 million shillings, the court with jurisdiction is the Small Claims Court. Justice Namisi, in her case, has decided that the court that has jurisdiction is the Small Claims Court. What is the advantage of the Small Claims Court? Any matter filed before the Small Claims Court does not need an advocate to represent you. You fill forms and the case proceeds. The second advantage in the Small Claims Court is that the court must make a determination within 60 days. A ruling or a judgment must be issued. So once you file, that matter moves with a lot of speed. So Court Helicopter has brought you 2 things. One, if your deposit has not been paid, move to the Small Claims Court, and within 60 days, you'll have salvation coming. 2, don't waste your time saying you will leave with deposit as you have exited. No, from today, that deposit is for that repairs and maintenance of the house that you have. Wakili Dan Omari, thank you, Bramwell, for getting this authority of Justice Namisi and also getting the legal principles about deposit of rent. Keep watching from Milimani Law Courts. Wakili Dan Omari.